Hi everyone, how's it going? What I have for you today is a special little treat, a drool-worthy treat. If you've been following along, this is day 13. So lucky number 13, you get a lucky little prize. I have a restorative practice for you that you can implement anytime throughout your practice, anywhere throughout your day-to-day. Doesn't have to just be on today, day 13. It can be day 14, 15, 20, 3, whatever, whenever you want. Relaxation is such an important part of self-care. So utilize this and incorporate this wherever you can. What you're going to need is a bolster, 2 blankets, and 2 blocks. If you don't have those things, you can, in place of a bolster, you can also use a big couch cushion, something that generally is about the size of your trunk, right? And that is pretty well padded and cushioned. You can also use 2 big, like king size pillows, or anything really of this general shape that you can think of. Blankets, you can use bath towels, beach towels, again, anything else that is just going to emulate this thicker cushioning, right? And something that you can make even and symmetrical as well. Blocks, if you don't have blocks, you can use, again, blankets, pillows, throw pillows. You can use nicely rolled up, like thick hoodies or sweaters. Again, this is your time to get creative and use your imagination, so have fun with it. The biggest thing I like to encourage with restorative is comfort, symmetry, and that's mostly it, right? The rest should kind of just fall into place. So I always like to tell my students to have at least like 2 or 3 sets of symmetrical things, right? Like a set of blankets, of matching size blankets, a set of matching size pillows or blocks, and anything extra that you want to bring into your practice, the more the better. This is all about supporting ourselves and kind of filling in the gaps, right? So if there's the floor and then us, we want to take all the effort out of what we're doing. That's a big point of this practice, is to remove the effort, right? So we can move into that relaxation and rest. So if there are other things, again, that you need to fill in these gaps between us and the floor, then by all means do that. So before we get started, I just also want to mention one other thing. I do like to have more of these longer, more narrow rectangle shape blanket folds. Once you're down, they'll be really easy to just curl up the lip and to adjust, as opposed to like getting down and getting back up and then getting down again. So it makes it a little easier to find a shape like this. And how I got there, right, was generally finding a shape like this, right, a width about like 1 inch here, and then just folded once and then once again, right, and voila. All right, so have all your things, place them on both sides of your mat, right, all the sets. I'm going to leave mine on one side just so I don't cover myself, right, but I always like to have and encourage a blanket on the left, a blanket on the right, a block on the right, a block on the left, right? So this way also when you're down, right, it's just super easy to grab, to move, to use, to get in there. So once you have everything situated close by, grab one of your props to sit on and get all of your fidgets, all your wiggles out. Make all the proper adjustments to make the seat as comfortable and intentional as possible. When you can find some physical stillness, go ahead and close the eyes. Start to move all of your awareness, your focus, your attention internally. That was a mango. Start to turn all of your focus, awareness, everything inside onto your breath. Feel your breath come in and out of your body. And just notice the quality of the breath, how it feels, the length. And what we want to move towards is a soft, more even pace of breath. Start to deepen your inhale and your exhale, making the breath a bit fuller, a bit longer. Take one more really deep, full breath. And then return to a natural rhythm of breathing. Go ahead and open up your eyes. Remove whatever you're sitting on. Just place it off to the side. So the first shape that we're going to come into is going to be a supported twist. So you'll need your bolster and both of your blankets. One is going to go down by the legs and the other blanket is going to come up by the head, right? So have that lip available to help fold as to see if you might need some more height once you come down. And so take the hip all the way up onto the bolster. Okay. You don't want any space between you and the bolster. You want to be super snug, super close. We're getting very intimate here. Right, and then let's look at the legs. So legs, you have a couple options, but again, you want to give yourself space and an opportunity to be comfortable, right? However you set yourself up, right, is how we're going to be and how you want to be for the time that you're down in the pose. And so take your time, right? Be really direct with how you want to be, right? But have a blanket or some kind of support in between the legs to give a little support for the hips, the back, and also just the comfort of having something soft on your body. So we're going to prepare to lay ourselves down, right? So we're going to walk the belly. So I'm going to my right. So walk the belly from left to right, right? Press the hands down onto the bolster, lengthen through the spine, right? Get long through the trunk, right? As you press down, slowly lower and lengthen onto the bolster. And you're going to decide to bring the left cheek or the right cheek down, depending how deep of a twist you want to go. Now that blanket is going to support the head, right? So we want the head in line with the spine, so adjust accordingly. Some other things to look out for while you're here is just if the arms feel supported, right? Do you feel like you're kind of gripping to hold on to a specific shape here, right? And if you do, what can you do to let that go? Do you need more padding? Do you need more height? Do you need less height in certain places, right? But we want the trunk to feel supported, the arms to feel supported, the head to feel supported. So we can just be still. So when you find that stillness, close your eyes. Draw your focus inward. And then come back to those soft, even breaths. Breathe in a little bit deeper. We're going to prepare to move. So walk the hands back towards the body. Press the hands into the ground. Allow the head and neck to be the last to lift. And slowly bring yourself back upright. Take a deep breath in, followed by a deep breath out. We're going to switch sides. So move the blanket or the prop in between your legs off to the other side. And how we're going to switch is that you're going to keep the sacrum along the edge of the block, right? And just roll over to the opposite side. And keeping that connection, keep that connection with the hip and the bolster. Right? You're going to place the blanket. I'm so sorry my back is towards you, but you're going to place the blanket in between the legs, right? Each side is going to be slightly different, so accommodate accordingly. You're going to twist again from right to left. And press down through the bolster, lengthen through the trunk, lay yourself down. Adjust your blanket accordingly, and then choose how deep you want to go. Check in with everything else, where you're holding, where you're gripping. Return to that inward space. Allow yourself to relax. On your next breath, breathe in a little bit deeper. Walk your hands back toward your body. Press your hands into the floor. Keep the head and neck soft, and then press yourself up to sit. And pause when you're upright. Go ahead and open up your eyes. All right. So our next shape, we're going to take a supported bridge. And so go ahead and move everything off to the side for now. Clear your mat except for your bolster. So we're going to bring the bolster towards the center of the mat, and this time it's the widest width is going to run perpendicular to the longest edge of the mat. Go ahead and sit up on your bolster. Right. So this may take a few moments of adjusting. Right. So to lie yourself down, right, slide yourself down towards the edge of the bolster, right? Use your arms to take you to the ground. You want all of your weight to be on the upper part of your shoulders and evenly distributed between the back of the head and the shoulders, right? So there's no excessive dumping on the neck or pressure on the neck, but everything's just balanced between the top of the head or the back of the head and the tops of the shoulders and the shoulder blades. Have the feet on the mat. Legs can be hip distance, slightly wider, right? And then take the heels out just so ever so slightly a little wider than the toes. Hands can come down by the sides, or you can rest them on the belly. Now, if you have, I'm sorry, not if, but your blanket, right? Use something, your blanket or an extra article of clothing, to place over the eyes. So come back to that internal space, that focus. Move towards that point of relaxation, softness, stillness. Like water, allow the body to spread in every direction. Begin to deepen your breath. Bring your attention back to your feet. Parallel the feet. Press evenly down through the soles. Lift the hips and then slide your bolster out from underneath of you. Slowly lower the back onto the ground. Extend the right leg. Extend the left leg. Take the arms down by your sides. Allow everything to roll and turn out just how it wants to naturally. Take the breath in deeper. Make small movements in the fingers, the toes. Bring your awareness back to completing your practice. Roll onto your side. Use your arm or your blanket as a pillow. Pause for a round of breath. Press your hand into the ground. Sit yourself up. pause in a seat. Take another deep breath in, followed by a deep breath out. Go ahead and open up your eyes. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Keep going on your journey. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, I love to hear from you, and I love to hear all about it. So thank you again, and enjoy the rest of your day.